Hey, Dave, how's it going?
Good, Amber. How are you?
Oh, it's all right.
What's new?
Peanut butter smoothie.
Oh,
I'm drinking one.
Really? Is peanut butter smoothie? Like, is it just? It's not just peanut butter, right?
It's just actually, I emptied an entire Jif container into this, and I'm just.
What is that white stuff sprinkled on top? That isn't peanut butter.
It's powdered sugar, Dave.
But like, is there banana in there?
It's just peanut butter,
just
powdered sugar.
Peanut butter, and that doesn't look like powdered sugar.
I promise you, it's powdered sugar.
Okay, it's powdered sugar. So, welcome to Bringing Owls to Athens. Our nascent. I guess it's not even new anymore. It's like an infant size podcast at this point, right?
It's like like a. It's like just stare at Dave with my hands.
And so much like an infant, all it really does is eat, sleep, and poop. But we're working on it, and someday it'll grow into a beautiful, functioning podcast.
We could only hope. God, we could only hope.
Oh, it feels good to be here, you know?
Really? Does it? Because I can't move my legs.
Well, it's because you're sitting on your cord. There you go.
All right. How does this microphone work?
I don't know. My headphones are all fucking broken. Oh.
But that sounds real fucking good. But that sounds like ASMR town.
Okay, what is ASMR?
Autonomous median sensory response.
What?
Autonomous response. Wait. Okay, so let me get my iPad to work. Is it supposed to look like that? I think.
Yes.
Okay.
Why won't yours rotate? You should have gotten the rose gold.
I did get rose gold, bitch.
Then it should work pretty. It should rotate like a champ.
So, Dave wants to know what ASMR stands for.
Yes.
ASMR stands for Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Okay?
Okay.
Got it?
Those are words, yeah.
All right. It's a term.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Got it?
Oh.
Yeah, that's right.
It's a term. I see.
Used for an experience characterized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine. It has been compared with auditory tactile synesthesia, I think it's called. It's like...
Okay.
Anyway.
So it's a sound that, like, crawls up your spine.
Kind of, yes. So I have watched ASMR videos of like whenever I have a migraine or anything because it's like very calming and it makes me feel relaxed.
Now I'm totally confused because that definition made me think of like hideous noises that like make you cringe.
No, this is supposed to be more. A lot of times it's positive feelings, like pleasure feelings. People call it like eargasms.
I've never heard anything pleasurable.
Your entire life.
My entire life.
There's not been one single like good noise that you've enjoyed.
Okay, there are noises I enjoy.
Like PG-13?
I mean, sure. I mean like I don't know, like okay, if I said like birds chirping.
That's boring. You're boring.
Okay. So that doesn't count, right?
I mean, does it make you feel tingly?
No.
No.
I don't think anything makes me feel tingly.
Okay. I can tell you that for me, fingernails on glass, like tapping, sounds really good for me.
Huh.
I'm really into that. Or like any sort of like ribbed material, and then you do your fingernails across it. I love that noise too.
Huh.
Very good for me.
Like I guess I don't think of noises that way.
Really? It's almost like I can feel the noise. Does that make sense?
I mean, only when I think about it negatively. Okay,
so you have negative ASMR. It means sound don't feel good, Dave.
Right. Yes. That's a term. That's what it stands for, right?
Right. Sound S, not SNF, SNF, GD. SNFGD. Sound not feel good, Dave.
Like I mean, like I can think of like we talked about like in a previous episode, we talked about like the styrofoam thing.
Yeah.
And how that just makes me feel awful.
Right.
But like there's nothing that's on the other side.
So for the last like 6 years we've been doing podcasts, and every time Josh makes an ASMR joke, you just have no idea.
No idea. But there's a lot of jokes that I don't get.
Do you just laugh at every joke that comes around?
No, I don't laugh at those jokes.
You don't laugh at the ASMR jokes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, maybe I'm not paying attention to you, so I don't know if you do.
But there's a lot of like pop culture and video game stuff and like anime stuff that just I don't know.
So do you just like zone us out when that happens? What do you think about when you're zoned out?
Depends. It's more like I just press pause for a minute. Or that's when I like try to understand why I fucked up on my character sheet. Like that happens sometimes.
Okay.
But yeah, if I get lost in a train of thought about like, I don't know, whatever thing I'm into,
right.
Then like I'm gone and like I could be gone for hours.
Sorry, I'm just putting my headphones down.
Very gently.
Very gently.
Yeah.
And now I'm talking about how I just did that. I shouldn't have done that.
No, that's okay.
I got lost in a train of thought and wasn't thinking about what you were saying at all. I don't know what you're talking about, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It's not.
It really doesn't matter. I don't care anymore.
You want me to tell you?
What?
You want me to tell you what I was talking about?
You're talking?
Yeah. I was really, what I was doing was I was just pouring out my emotions about why I feel inadequate and why people don't pay attention to me.
Oh. What was that? I'm sorry, I was looking at the list of talking points. That we're
right. That's the most important thing.
Right. So hey, Dave.
Hey, Amber. What's going on?
Not what? I'm still not listening to you. Outtake. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Hot rods and rock and roll.
That's right.
21st annual.
I've slept in this shirt for like 3 days.
I didn't need to know that.
Well,
why did you tell me? I wouldn't have known. It's not like
I
I'm
know you wouldn't
sniffing
have known. Hey, you wore that shirt to work, so whatever, man.
Oh shit! I hide my
That's like
shade.
It's like your SS uniform.
Ooh, SS.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
It's the German elite police in World War II. I can't remember because I don't speak German what it stands for, but it stands for a thing.
I thought they were called the.
No, they weren't actually.
I can't remember what I thought they were called. Gestapo? No, that's the wrong thing.
The Gestapo was the
like the street police?
Yeah, like Gestapo was the secret police of Nazi.
Right.
And then the SS
Sailor Scout.
No. Schutzstaffel.
Say it again?
Schutzstaffel. It's a protection squadron, I guess is the German pronunciation.
We brought phones into this. This is not what we're supposed to do.
What's that?
We're not supposed to look up things. We're not supposed to ever look up things.
Really?
We can never look up things.
But that's the whole point of the internet.
If the internet was for porn.
Looking up porn, yes.
Not about secret polices.
Right. I'm an old man.
Okay.
And I have always believed that the internet was best served as essentially like a living encyclopedia of things. Mm-hmm. And like I totally see the utility of being able to look up information. But to me, that's where it ends. And so like social media is completely lost on me because there's no information that I get from that.
But there's tons of information on social media.
But most of it's bullshit, right?
I mean, if you had one, it would be full of bullshit.
Yeah, right. But it's like I understand why I want to look things up and know things.
Right.
I don't understand why I want to know things about other people. See?
I mean, I kind of feel you.
All right.
I understand. I think people are entertaining. And it's fun to like kind of rubberneck.
Okay.
Do you like watching train wrecks? Okay.
No, I really don't.
Since where you and I are different.
I'm not a people watcher.
People watching's so great.
I know, but it's just I don't know. I don't have the stomach for it, I think.
But people are also full of information. Okay,
I would disagree.
Okay.
I think most people are idiots. I think there are a few people who really know their shit. Plant biology, there's a botanist out there who really knows their stuff.
Yeah, he's got Twitter.
Maybe they do.
They probably do.
Like, I mean, that there's some value in that, but I can't unlock that piece, and I'm not going to have this big social media catalog of specialists in everything I might want to know something about because that's crazy.
Let's look at my social media.
All right.
Let's see what the first tweet I see is. If it's worth it.
Is this Rocket Orca?
Yes.
All right.
Let's see if there's anything good on
And this is a Twitter?
Yes.
All right.
Is
Facebook for old people?
Facebook is for old people.
Okay.
I don't use Facebook.
All right.
I mean, I have it, but it's like, I don't really do anything on there.
All right.
Sometimes I look at it and for clickbait. We talked about this.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a cute video of a bat.
A bat. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there used to be a website called Cute Overload that had like all that shit on there.
Mm-hmm. But now I don't have to go to that website. It just comes to me.
I don't want that.
So many of these pop culture brackets are ruined by an inattention to proper seating.
Oh, see, there we go.
So that was a tweet.
Yep.
I think there's stuff going around right now where you see brackets where people are trying to like
for everything,
brackets where they're trying to be like, who wins Disney versus Pixar, or who wins my dick versus this other dick.
Right. And I don't need a dick bracket. You know what I mean? Like I think that firmly falls into idiot people.
Okay. So one of my favorite Twitters is @drill. It's mostly shit posting. You know what shit posting?
Nope. Don't sigh at me like I'm your meme off from the home.
The post. Okay, I'm not even gonna read them to you because you're not. It's just gonna be fall. It's just gonna fall flat on your. Yeah, I give up. You're right, Dave. You don't belong on social media.
Good. That's how I've always felt.
Right.
But it's nice to hear the confirmation.
But you like using the internet anyway.
Yeah, I like the internet. The internet's cool.
What's your favorite internet?
I don't know that I have a favorite internet.
You don't go to a site over and over again?
I mean,
Dave, what do you do? Do you just is Google your internet?
Kind of.
Use Google. You just go to google.com.
Like it's
search
just
shit.
Yeah, right. Like whatever thing like you want to know.
Like right now, the SS.
Yeah, right. That's a great example. Like what does the Nazi SS? What was the German word that stood for?
How many times do you think you Google in a day?
4 or 5.
That sounds like a bad question. How many times do you Google in a day?
No, I mean it comes up all the time that it's just like I'm curious about things.
Right.
Like I think more curious than most people. And so like a question comes up and my coworker's totally sick of it. It's like, ooh, let's look that up. And it's like, oh God, you don't have to look it up and prove it to us, Dave.
You looked up something on the internet and you were going to tell me about it in the car. Was it a bracket thing?
I wanted to talk about names. I think this episode is off on the wrong foot, quite frankly.
It really kind of is, but maybe I can splice it together somehow.
I'm hoping.
There might be some...
I'm hoping there's some magic in there.
Well, I just need transitions. So, like, we just talked about the internet.
Right. Then I don't have a transition for this.
You have nothing you Googled recently?
No. I mean, yes, there's stuff I Google all the time, but I can't even think what it is. Like,
right, but how did you get to the names?
Well, yeah, but I don't want to bring that up because it's a specific website that I don't want to like it comes from a separate
Was
thing
it with a bracket?
Yeah.
Well, I talked about brackets.
Right.
So did you find a bracket on the internet?
Yeah,
so
but I don't want to. I don't even want to talk about that. I just want to talk about like, hey, like what makes a cool name? You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
I get to that. Talk about the bracket, and then be like, I found a bracket about cool names, and let's talk about names. That's how you say. Dave, did I just have to explain how to segue for you? Fuck it, my God, fuck you. God damn it. I'm gonna leave this all the fucking podcast because you're a fucking idiot. You're like 98% of the people on the goddamn internet.
Which is why I'm not on the internet.
Dave, I don't want to talk about this thing. Well, here's the platform for which you can jump off of.
Right. It's like you have to go A, B, C. Oh, I don't want to talk about B. Don't talk about B. Just go to C.
Dude.
A, B, C. Oh,
B is just a touch point you just have to go to. So I talked about the bracket because I sort of read about that bracket. Okay, whatever. Now talk about your stupid bracket.
Well, yeah. The other day, I ran across a 2018 name of the year bracket. And it had all of these crazy names on there.
Okay.
Which
real names.
Like real people.
Like people
supposedly.
who
I mean, I don't know. I'd like my nerdy heart wants them to cite their sources. Mm-hmm. And like I want to know like how all these people are real people. But let's assume they're all real people.
Do you have a name that you could tell me? Smelly Johnson. That's a pretty good one.
That's a pretty good one.
That's great.
No, not without pulling. Do you want me to pull it up?
Well, sure, why not? God damn it, gotta go back on the fucking internet.
I know, we aren't supposed to look things up, I thought. And then you're like, yeah, go for it.
I don't give a shit about rules. I make them and I break them.
All right.
Yes. Tell me a name. Tell me one of these names on this bracket. They're so
Tertius
crazy.
Zongo.
That's not a real person. That's
Right.
a D&D character.
Like, I want to, like, look at them and be like,
Josh
okay,
name him?
I really want to know, like, who Tertius Zongo is. I want proof. I want, like...
First off, what does he do for a living? Because you totally know that he, like, sells hams from a cart. Give me another one. Hit me.
Dr. Eve Gruntfest.
Ooh, that's a pig man.
Eve. I would think Eve is a lady.
Don't.
Mm-hmm.
Names are just a suggestion.
Okay. Wow. Some of these I even trouble, they are interesting, but I'm not sure I can pronounce them correctly, so I'm not going to try. But here's Becky Lecky, Dr. Xerxes Mazda.
Xerxes Mazda.
Fuzzby Morse.
I like the name Fuzz. That's cute.
Squeegee Santillion. Like, I hope these are real names. I hope these are real people because, like, those are spectacular. Like, names that I wouldn't have the nerves to name my baby. You know what I mean?
It's like I looked at, like, a headphones and was like, headphone Zenith. Zenith headphone.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. Tertius Zongo. Like, first of all, you have to be Mr. and Mrs. Zongo, which is a crazy-ass name to start with. And so, like, our names are pretty, like, mundane.
Shut up.
And, like...
Mine is great.
Yours is good. Yours is a great name.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's
Yours
not
sucks,
it's not a Zongo. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm okay with that, though.
Right. No, most people would be because Zongo feels like it's some kind of almost a curse of a name, right?
Yes.
Like if you were Amber
Fuck off, Zongo!
Like, if you were Amber Zongo, like, that's just like, man, that's a thing you gotta live with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
But I also think, like, if you're going to be burdened with the name Zongo, I think the only way to, like, rise above it is to come up with a fitting but also crazy first name, right?
Right.
Like, Amber Zongo sucks. But
Tertius
Tertius Zongo, like, bow.
I belong on the
mean?
Mighty Boosh is what it sounds
Like,
like.
it's just, like, at that point, Zongo's not even a crazy last name. Like, everybody's like nobody will ever forget Tertius Zongo's name. Like, he goes to interview for a job, and it's like, oh, Tertius Zongo. And, like, you got 20 applicants, but, like, all I remember is Tertius Zongo, man. We got to hire this dude. Let him sell those hams off the cart.
So, would you change your name to something crazy like that?
Maybe.
I mean, Dave is a pretty boring name.
Dave's a boring name. My last name is even maybe more boring name.
Right.
I think that, I mean, those are big shoes to fill, right?
Right. I was going to say, it's like if you have a name like that, you have to do something great. Like if you're Tertius Zongo and all you do is pump gas, I'm sorry. Like
you've kind of wasted it,
you
right?
You kind of wasted your potential.
Right. But I think, like, it's a name like that is almost a gift in a way that other kind of like a genetic predisposition towards being a fantastic piano player. Like, and if you're if you have this gift of piano playing and you end up pumping gas, you really wasted that too.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I don't think it should be looked on as at that point, is not a burden, right?
What would you say Tertius Zongo should be doing?
Oh, man.
Because that to me sounds like space pirate.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He's kind of a space pirate.
Like, he's pretty much a space pirate.
Right.
Like, kind of a Greco-Roman themed space pirate.
Ooh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I love it. Yeah.
Like they've got the Roman ships with the oars, but
Yes.
it's like space
oars.
Space oars, yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's Tertius.
That's, like, damn, that's good.
That's a fucking good name. Have you ever come across in reality any crazy names?
Oh, gosh.
Because I know a few. Like, I've told you, like, I met a person at a bar one time. His name was Thaddeus Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Thaddeus Valkyrie. If you ever hear this podcast, you have a cool fucking name.
Right.
When I was in high school, I worked in as a library aide. Because we had like a library class, and so I got to be at the circulation desk,
right.
and like I could check out books and everything, and like I could scroll through and see everybody's names in the whole high school if I wanted to, and see what they were reading.
Right.
Very creepy.
No, I understand.
I didn't look.
That's where the seeds of social media were sown.
I see.
Where you get to rubberneck.
Yeah, I got to creep on people.
Right.
So I found a person in there whose name was Mystic Bunny.
Oh, shit. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
And I'm not kidding you. It was Mystic Bunny was her first and middle name.
Yeah.
Mystic was her first name. Bunny was her second. And I don't remember her. She had like a stupid last name. Like just another.
Smith.
Yeah, something like that. Mystic Bunny Smith.
Ugh.
I knew there was a girl named Storm. I think I like names like that. Like her, like named after, like Sage is a good name.
Sage is an awful name, actually.
Shut your mouth. You don't know names.
I do know names.
Tertius Zongo.
Like,
you name your third or fifth child Tertius Zongo.
Fifth child Tertius. That's so mean.
You've got like Jake, Sandra,
right.
Shelly.
But like Tertius is clearly the third, right? Like it's tertiary is like the third most, like the third, like, no, you're the fifth.
No. I said third, but I realized it'd be more funny if it was the fifth.
Right.
Fifth.
That's why it's so cruel.
Right.
Yeah. No, my dog is named Sage, but I did not name him that.
Right.
And I would have never named him that.
You got a secondhand dog.
Yeah, I did.
Nasty.
Like pre-owned. It's nice. Got a good deal on it. But like I would have named him Stu.
Oh, that's a horrible name.
Why is it a horrible name?
It's just so boring.
He's a pretty boring dog.
I mean, yeah, he is.
And
no, he's not. He brought home deer.
God. He's as dumb as a stew. And also, like, you would probably have to make stew out of him if you wanted to eat him, and I like that too.
That's really gross. You're nasty.
Whatever.
Don't eat your dog. Second hand.
Now, if you buy your own, like,
fresh,
if you're the original owner, you eat that.
Yeah. But secondhand, nasty.
Yeah,
cigarette. Don't
eating someone else's meat.
Yeah. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, we were gonna segue to the deer, but like,
do you want to segue to the deer?
Well, was there more name talk?
No, I don't have any.
All right,
I told you the two.
All right. You had mentioned the deer,
yes.
And last we had talked, the dog had brought home a leg of a deer. It became a problem because we couldn't get rid of it.
Did you burn it?
No. Oh God, no. That's the worst option.
Did you dump it into the dump?
No. What actually happened is our babysitter, who not only for this but for many other things, she actually took it in her car and drove it away miles and miles away and threw it in a ditch.
I thought, okay, I'm glad that was clarified. I was like, she just took it home and then kept it.
So update.
Okay.
The dog brought home a second leg of the deer.
Yes.
And now I've got another deer leg in my yard.
I saw this deer leg in the yard. I took a picture of it.
It's pretty great.
If you want to see a picture of it, I'll put it up on Patreon.
Yes. Yes.
Sweet rewards.
Yes. A skeletal deer leg with a hoof on it.
With a tiny slug.
Yeah, there was a tiny slug on it.
There was a slug on it.
Because somehow that ups the creep factor. Ugh. So now I'm back in the same boat. Like, now I can't ask the babysitter, hey, could you take this next leg away?
I mean, just I have to ask her, just wrap it up and put it in the back seat of her car.
Why not the front seat?
I mean,
I was going to put it in a coworker's mailbox.
Ooh.
Because it would fold up.
Ooh, is that legal issues there? Like you start putting weird body parts into people's things? Is it bad? Is it only bad when it's human?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, I would think if you put a pork chop in my mailbox, I'd be pretty cool with that.
Nom, nom, nom,
right.
I'd
be like, oh shit, I got pork chops in the mail.
Fucking pork chops, hell yeah. But like, no, like, isn't it like a crime to like just like dump body parts of any nature into somebody's mailbox?
Maybe a mailbox, and maybe that's some kind of like
it's a federal offense,
right?
Like
so, like I could put them in a koi pond, and that would be cool. Like, so the hoof's sticking out, and be like, hey, everybody.
Like a periscope?
Yeah, right. Like the little, yeah.
I mean, I guess there's plausible deniability.
No, I've told her all about it. So no, it's.
So she's gonna know if there's a deer leg just shows up. In
right, she's gonna be like, Dave, what do you do?
I don't think you get in trouble if you just dump a deer leg into a body of water.
Okay.
I think you'd be fine.
Okay.
So she can call the cops on you.
But see, now I'm actually a little regretful.
Okay.
Because, like, if I had kept the first one, then I would only be one deer leg away from a stool.
I told you.
I know.
And yet, here we are
If
now.
I had known that the deer had more than one leg.
I mean, I don't know.
If there was some way I could have known this.
I mean, when's the last time we saw a deer?
Like an entire deer?
Yeah, it's like an entire deer altogether alive, maybe?
I don't know. It's been maybe
700 years.
No, it's been a few days. I don't know.
Idea that you're a vampire. 700 years.
If I was a vampire, I wouldn't be this like curdled.
Also, you probably wouldn't be out in the sun.
Right.
I've seen you in the sun.
I wouldn't be out in the sun, and I probably wouldn't have the sinus infection.
I don't know. Maybe vampires can get sinus infections. You don't know that. You're not a vampire. You don't know. Do you know a vampire? Are you a vampire doctor? Wow. This peanut butter smoothie's hitting me hard.
Yes, I'm a vampire doctor, actually. That was a really lucky guess. You know, I've never mentioned on the podcast what I do for a living, but yes, I am a vampire doctor, specializing in treating maladies of the undead. And no, they can't get sinus infections.
I mean, you did diagnose my cold feet. So
Right. As you were turning into a horse. Did you ever read the Animorphs books?
No.
Really? That kind of I don't know if they were after you.
No, I saw them around. I had no interest in them.
Really? That's.
It looked dumb.
Well, yeah, sure. But I mean, you were a dumb kid, right?
I was a brilliant child.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not.
I read Babysitter Club.
Oh, yeah.
See? Business.
Business.
Business. Business. Animorphs ain't gonna teach me anything about life. Babysitter Club's gonna tell me how to run my goddamn business.
Yeah, keep your shit straight.
Yeah, right. And never graduate middle school.
You're a mogul.
That's right. Just rolling in the dough. I've got 15 businesses. All of them about babies.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome though. Good for you.
Dust my shoulders.
Yep, exactly.
Thanks, Babysitter Club.
Because you've got all that baby vomit on there.
Shut up. It's baby dandruff.
Baby dandruff.
It's
Amber's baby
crap.
hair care.
Yep, I do kale crap. Take care of that crap. Cradle cap.
Not cradle cap.
I say cradle crap because I can't say words. None of
your businesses have to do with like public speaking, so that's good.
Well, I teach babies how to talk. Yeah, I totally do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thanks. I do what I can.
Hey.
Yeah?
I think I've got a segue.
Tell me about this segue.
Okay.
And then don't talk about it and go to the next subject.
Okay.
Right.
So we were talking about babies, and in my actual real job that's not a vampire doctor, I found myself at a preschool recently.
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah. And like, to be honest, up to like age 5, maybe age 6, I am a legitimate rock star. Okay. Like, it is crazy how that works. But like, when I went to this preschool, I probably got like 40 hugs. Yeah. All the little snotty kids wanted to hug me.
That's why you're sick right now.
Well, sure, of course. But it made me think, like, what profession gets the most, or gives, I guess, the most hugs? Because I couldn't think of anything where you would reliably get more than 40 hugs in a day.
That sounds really fun, though. Well, no, it doesn't. Depends on who you are. Not a therapist. You don't want my therapist.
No,
to
you don't
touch
want
me.
a therapist hugging you. That crosses the line.
That's nasty. That's a good fucking question.
Like, strippers don't hug you. Like, they don't.
No.
They don't want that. Like,
no. Dang, I don't know. Not clowns. Nobody wants to hug
nobody.
clowns.
We can think of professions where nobody wants to hug them. Morticians. Although I bet they probably get because you're consoling the family, and there's probably
maybe like a church person.
Yeah,
maybe like a pastor,
like a minister,
or something.
Potentially, just
maybe if you're a zoo person and you get a lot of animal hugs, like you touch the koalas and stuff.
Like if you're like teaching the orangutans sign language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just like hanging on you.
I don't know.
It might have to be with kids.
Yeah, because kids are pretty free and easy with that stuff.
Yeah, maybe it is like a preschool teacher or like a daycare person. Probably a daycare person.
There's a lot of hugs there.
I think there's a lot of hugs there.
Tears to be dried and like...
Yeah.
Hugs are good.
Yeah, I like hugs. Speaking of hugs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, here it comes. It's a segue. Check it out. I'm going to take notes.
We got a question for...
Pellets of Wisdom?
For Pellets of Wisdom!
All right, it's Pellets of Wisdom time.
Whatever a noise for an owl. I read this and I was like, man, this person needs a hug.
Yeah, okay.
Wink, wonk. That's how you segue, Dave.
Wow. That's pretty slick.
So this comes from Bertie Russell.
Okay.
All right.
Bertie.
Okay. Russell.
Like Bertram, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Dear Owls, I'm a 47-year-old man who works in the plumbing department at Lowe's.
Yeah.
See, everybody want to hug
like our target demographic.
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
Yes. Every night I come home from work and sit on my porch to look up the stars. I always think about how nice it would be to leave this planet and travel the galaxy as part of a shuttle crew. So, Owls, do you think it is too late for me to become an astronaut? If not, how should I go about applying, and what should I do to increase my chances of getting an interview with NASA?
Wow. Thank you for your question, Bertie. That's pretty heavy, quite frankly.
That's a really heavy question.
Yeah.
This is too heavy for me.
Too heavy for you.
Too heavy for me to handle.
Well, okay. I mean, like...
So, reality.
Yeah, right. Reality...
You're 47.
You're 47. And at this point, I don't think the U.S. has even got, like, manned, like...
Well, first off, just...
manned space missions, right?
Right. We don't.
We don't have that.
No.
Bertie's got to wait for that whole thing to come back around.
Yeah, after this administration for a while.
Whatever. I don't know. It might be a while.
Right.
Like,
so,
that's not a good sign.
So that's number one reality is like, I don't even know if we're putting men in space anymore.
Right.
Currently.
Right.
And for foreseeable future.
Yeah, right. That's
so
not good.
The second thing is like, even if that wasn't a thing, we were still doing man in space.
There's some things going against old Bertie here.
Right. Well,
like, he's probably not like the ideal astronaut.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't talk about like what he looks like or like what his fitness level is and like what his degree. Like maybe he's just like he just is at lows because he just can't make it as a mathematician anywhere. Maybe
well,
he's
that's true, but like I don't even think mathematicians can. Like, isn't NASA a branch of the Air Force?
I fucking have no idea how NASA works.
All right, my impression was that at least the astronauts were culled from like Air Force people.
Really?
Like, and there's probably a lot of scientists and stuff that aren't necessarily military, but like, because they've got flight training and like, all that kind of stuff. But I don't really know.
Right. Whatever. We don't need to know.
Yeah. And
neither does Bertie, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. But the good news for Bertie is the opposite of reality. Like, there's a whole fertile field of possibilities that as long as we like cut that little rope tethering us to reality, Bertie could there's a lot of scenarios where he could become an astronaut, right?
LSD.
Right.
That's one way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Please, you look at me and you're like, Amber, use your imagination. And I'm like, well, LSD.
And I'm like, no.
You get on my train, stupid girl.
Yeah, no, tell me how that works.
Well, I was just thinking maybe he could just go into his sensory deprivation chamber, take some LSD, and pretend to be an astronaut.
Yeah.
That would be a good way.
If Bertie doesn't have a sensory deprivation chamber, he's probably got a pretty sweet bathtub that they got on
and
scratch and dent kind of stuff.
You could just put salt in that shit.
Right. And turn out the lights.
Turn on the lights. Take a tab of acid.
Yep. And
get in space, bro.
Now, I mean, I there's probably also some kind of a possibility here where Bertie could use the plumbing materials at his disposal.
Yes.
And make some kind of steam powered rocket. Like using water heaters and steam boilers.
I don't know much about plumbing.
I'm not a plumber.
And I don't know much about space travel.
But
but it seems plausible.
Yeah, once we've cut that tether, then we can really start talking about possibilities. And so snag yourself a sweet office chair, weld that thing to the water heater.
Get some C4.
I don't think that's I don't know about explosives.
I'm just trying
but the fact that it's an explosive and not a propellant kind of makes me wonder, but I don't know.
I don't know anything about anything, Dave.
But I'm just saying that there's maybe there's a possibility that Bertie could launch himself into space.
True, that's another thing. The next thing because he doesn't really say that he needs to be cognizant.
Right.
So the next thing I can think of is he should just die, and then they can grind him up and put him into a tube, and then they can just shoot him into space. And he could be with a shuttle crew. I mean, he could be part of that shuttle crew.
Right.
Just put in a tube and ground up.
Yeah. Is that even, all joking around aside, is that even, you can do that, right?
I don't fucking know. I'm going to say yes. Yes. Dave, with 100% certainty and accuracy, I know that you can be put into basically what looks like a tennis ball tube and they can shoot you into space.
Your cremated remains can be shot into space.
I'm talking slurry.
What do you mix that with? Because, your cremated remains are like ashes, right?
Right.
And so, what do you mix it with to get the slurry?
The way you get the slurry is from the tears of your loved ones. So basically what it is a tube full of your cremated ashes, and then you collect the tears from your loved ones, and it makes a slurry. And then they shoot into space, and then you become a star, because that's how stars are made.
Wow. I don't know. I feel like there's this whole world out there I don't even know about.
The sky is just full of dead people.
That is comforting.
We're all star stuff?
Not me.
Well, thanks, Bertie.
Yeah, thanks. If you have a question for us, please feel free to submit it at owls@geekspective.com. We're always taking questions for our advice column, Pellets of Wisdom, and submit to us. If we like your question, we'll put you on our next episode.
Even if we don't like your question, we'll probably put it on the episode.
Maybe, but we're getting a lot of questions these days. There's a backlog. Yeah, there is.
Yep.
Let
me just
my gosh.
look at all these emails. emails, Dave.
so-
I didn't even realize.
We may get to it eventually, but we'll do our best because the best questions go to the top. It's true.
Shoot for the stars.
Oh man, dang it! I don't know what's in that smoothie. Actually,
What?
I do know what's.
It's
in that smoothie.
fucking cocaine,
It's
Dave.
cocaine. Yes.
Woo!
This has been Bringing Alice to Athens, episode what, 9?
I fucking don't know anymore. It's
No.
22. It's gotta been like 22, right?
No, it's like 8, right?
Shit. I
No,
think it's like
7. 7.
4?
7.
Okay.
This is 7.
Okay, this is episode 7.
Yes.
See, it's been episode 7.
Episode 7.
Glad that cleared up.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Feel free to check out our main page at geekspective.com and check out our other podcasts. Support us on patreon.com and
Patreon /
wait, there's
Geekspective.
there's a /?
There's always been a / Dave.
Well, okay. My keyboard is missing a few keys.
I know you don't really use the internet, but that's okay. So the only website you go to is google.com.
It's Google, yeah.
So it doesn't
And
fucking matter.
I just plug my adding machine into the monitor, and that's how I type. And the ribbon is what they call your search history.
I see.
Yes.
I understand. If you want to find me on the internet, you can go to Twitter and type in Rocket Orca, and that's my bullshit. And if you go to twitter.com and type in Dave, you'll find a bunch of Daves.
Yeah.
But not anything.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one of those is me. Find the Dave you like best and pretend he's me.
That's actually what I do.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another episode of Bringing Owls to Athens. Wait, was this just the theme of Entertainment Tonight?
I don't know what that was.
Tonight on Entertainment Tonight, we talk to the cast of Real Housewives and talk about why they're such bitches.
Hell yeah, it's my favorite subject, bitches.